Hi everyone, we're going to go through the basics of using Bluebeam on the iPad. So this is iPad functions and using Bluebeam. We're going to go over creating a document, editing documents, marking them up. So it's maybe a little bit longer than some of the other videos. So here we have Bluebeam review. So we're going to close this so we can discard changes. And so this is where you would be, is if you started with something new. So we're going to start here. If you look in the upper left hand corner, we'll start with creating a document. We'll make that our first order of business. So up here on the upper left is a piece of paper with a little sun beside it. If you select that, it's going to give you the opportunity to create a new document. You can organize your information into folders such as this where it says create folder, or you can just create a file. So we're just going to say District 7 training, and we're going to hit, don't hit create folder because that will create a folder named District 7 training. You're just going to select OK. So here is our brand new document. So if we wanted to add a photo to this, what we're going to do is up in the upper right hand corner, we have the toolkit here, so we're going to select that, and this opens all of these tools up and down the right hand side of your screen. So we're going to roll down through here, and you would think it would be the camera, but that actually adds a different type of annotation, so that's not correct to add a photo. So we're going to go to this box here, this little landscape portrait. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little landscape portrait right here. And we're going to add an annotation because a file attachment will just put a paper clip that someone has to click. And the photo library is not functioning currently to add a photo very well in this latest version, but we're going to do camera. And we will just take a photo of the wall. And then what happens is down here in the bottom right hand side and the left hand side, you can either retake or use the photo. We're going to select use photo. And now you'll see that there's nothing there. So you were kind of maybe expecting the photo to be there. You actually have to draw it in, and then you'll see it show up. So now that you have the photo, like anything else, you can grab the corner and resize, kind of like one of the things we mentioned in the Excel training video. You want to do it by the corner so you don't lose the aspect. There's an orange dot at the center. If you actually press and click that, you will get to rotate the photo and do things with it there. So you grab that and just start spinning, and that will rotate. So those are your options for doing that. So let's say we wanted to highlight something in this very basic photo. We would need the same toolkit that is here, so we can just move this up and down. You'll notice at the bottom of the toolkit, the X, the back arrow, the forward arrow, and the gear settings do not disappear. So when you move these up and down, they are not part of the scrolling, so they're always there. So we're gonna go up and we're gonna add some text. So we're looking for the little A to add text, and we're gonna select the location to add text. So we just wrote drywall, and it pops up like a little post-it, but then you see that it's just in a text box on there. So we can't see that very well. So now that we have that text box highlighted, let's go back to the settings over here. And if you come down here to the gear again at the bottom right, with this selected, you have to come down to the gear, and it gives you the options for editing. So down here we have the AA, and it shows our size is 12 for our font. As we increase that, you see it growing on the screen. So we're gonna leave this one at 48. And because that text is so much larger, let's stretch it out so we can get it to where we wanna be. And just like a photo, you can move this around. You can shrink it, but the text size is over here. If you wanted to change the color of this, you can go over here to the right. So if you hit this button here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna change this to blue, and there's our font to blue. If we're gonna select this and change the border color in the background, we can change the border color to yellow or gray or whatever color you want. Or if you do the square with the zero line, it's no background. So now you have that written in there as you want, and then you can move it around, and you've now changed the font size and the color. If you wanted to highlight what you've done here, we're gonna uncheck the gear and go back to the tools. So down the bottom right-hand side, now that we have the tools, the gear open, now you can go to the tools. And we have the options like a call-out box, a cloud call-out box, post-it notes, arrows, circle, square. We'll do a square, and we'll do a rectangle around this. So we see that we're trying to draw highlight to it. So anytime you select a tool, you're just gonna draw around it. So let's say we picked a circle and we wanted to draw around the whole thing. If you've made a mistake, and that's why these things over here on the right do not go away, we can do the back arrow and get rid of it, or we can do the delete. So you can either hit back arrow or delete to get rid of the changes that you've made. So we like select an arrow, so that would call attention to what we're trying to do here on this piece of paper. So this is the basics for creating, adding a photo, and editing. In the interest of time, I'll go ahead and close this video, and we will do another Bluebeam video strictly on marking up plans and how to get into those details. So thank you guys, and have a great day.